Danny Wiley,
Present.
Charlie Ramirez, Jonathan Laraga,
Present.
Romeo Robles,
Present.
Rafael Munguia,
Present.
Luis Madrigal, Andy Castro.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion for absentee.
I'll make a motion, Mr.
I'll
Chairman.
second that.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Okay, and we go to approval of minutes, review the minutes for approval, please.
Chairman, I move to approve the minutes.
Okay, have a second?
I'll second that.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next item is a public hearing. Ms. Della?
Good evening, gentlemen. Della Robles, Planner One for the City of Pharr. Tonight, we have 3 items for your recommendation. The first item is a tabled item that requires to be untabled.
I'll make a motion to untable.
Second.
Okay, second. Mr. Castro?
Yes,
Okay, all
sir.
those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Untabled.
Elizabeth G. Velasco has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a life-of-the-use conditional use permit to allow an oversized storage unit larger than 120 square feet in a single-family residential district R1. The property is legally described as being Lot 7, Fairview Village Subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property's physical address is 7508 South Carlos Street. The property is currently zoned Single-Family Residential District R1. The surrounding area is zoned Single-Family Residential District R1 to the north, south, and east, and Agriculture and/or Open Space District AO to the west. This area is generally designated for single-family residential use in the land use plan. The Fire Department recommends approval, Code Compliance, and the Planning Division both recommend denial. 40 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. 2 people called in, one for information only and the other in favor of the item. Development Services is recommending denial of the request for a life-of-the-use conditional use permit to allow an oversized storage unit larger than 120 square feet in a single-family residential district R1. If approved, this item must comply with the following conditions as set before you. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of July the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And gentlemen, we do not have anybody in the audience.
Okay, thank you. This item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody in the affected area signed up to speak on this item?
No one in the affected area.
Nobody? Okay, we close the public hearing. Open the item up for board discussion. Could we get elaboration on the denial? Why?
Planning Department and Code Compliance both recommended denial because the storage unit is not in line with what is intended for. A storage unit is defined as a structure used for the storage of household items. When I went to go do the inspection, Ms. Velasco appeared to be running a business of like a kennel out of the back storage unit.
Okay,
And there was nothing stored back there but dogs.
okay. Any further board discussion? None? Okay, let me close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion to deny.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Commissioner,
those opposed, same sign.
Commissioner.
Okay, motion carries.
if you're making a motion to deny the item or to approve the item as indicated in the packet? Because if you're voting to approve the item, then it's automatically denied because of the information that we provided to you.
So we approve it and it gets denied.
Yes.
Correct.
Because we recommended denial.
I'll make a motion to approve. and
Okay.
deny.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I have a second?
Just wanted to make sure.
No, thanks, yes.
Do we have a second on that? Andy Castro, seconds? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roland.
Carlos R. Elizondo, doing business as Cepis, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a conditional use permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a business district C2. The property is legally described as being Lot 22, Block 30, Pharr Original Town Site, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property's physical address is 212 West State Street. The property is currently zoned Business District C2. The surrounding area is zoned Business District C2 to the north, east, and west, and General Business District C to the south. This area is generally designated for commercial use in the land use plan. The Police Department, Fire Department, Code Compliance, Health Division, and Planning Division all recommend approval. The hours of operation will be Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. 41 surrounding property owners were notified of the request by letter, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received 3 public hearing requests in regards, in opposition of the item. Development Services is recommending approval of the conditional use permit to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption in a business district C2, subject to the applicant and site being in compliance with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of July the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation in the audience.
Okay, would the applicant like to comment at this time?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. No, I was hoping you approve it for me. It's been there.
So state your name and address.
My name's Carlos René Elizondo, and I'm the interested party for the Cepis Bar.
Okay, your address?
212 West State Street is notified here. And it's been there since 1956. He's planning to retire or quits, and he offered it to me. And I'd like
Okay.
to just comply with everything that the city of Pharr asked for, to keep just going with it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Excuse-
Sir, is that an existing business?
Yes, sir. It is an existing business. It's been there, I think, I believe he opened it back in 1956 and has kept on with it since then.
Okay, thank you. This item requires a public hearing. Is there anybody signed up that lives in the affected area?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there are 3 individuals. First one being Jesus S. Gonzalez.
I'm Jesus Gonzalez. I live at 216 West State Avenue. I having a kind of problems with the parking lot in there because they block my right way, and when they finish, they throw some bottles at my lot. That's why I need my driveway to be cleared all the time. Oh boy.
He's afraid because he's not a seeing eye person, and he's also handicapped. And he's afraid there's gonna be violence. In the past, we haven't heard of anything, but
I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you please state your name?
Could you
oh, my name is
Get
Rose
closer.
Lau. I'm his sister.
closer to the mic, please?
Oh, my name is Rose Lau. I'm his sister, caregiver too. And he's afraid, something happens, what is he supposed to do? Just hear everything that's going around and just stay there? The reason why that bar has been there for that long, because it belonged to his uncle, and Mr. Rosales. And well, now somebody else wants to come take over, and we don't know that person. We don't know anything about the person, just that he wants to continue selling alcohol. who is gonna be the owner? Somebody we don't even know? You know, it's a big thing for him. Jesus Gonzalez has been living there since,
1974.
yes, and he lives alone. And I'm sure you all can understand why he's against it. Yes, it is a business location, but not necessarily do they have to sell alcohol, you know? I mean, they have been somewhat responsible, but when it comes to the bottles, if he was to go outside, because he is educated to walk without a seeing eye person, but if there's a bottle and he can't see it or he doesn't hit it with a cane, what's gonna happen? Leave it to your imagination. Now, we don't even wanna go there. And he has to carry the walker or the cane so he can guide himself. He was involved in an accident and he's got a bad hip, not to mention that buildup that he has on the shoe. And again, Mr. Rosales, the prior owner, was his uncle, is his uncle. And, well, they knew his disabilities and everything, and they knew better than to let anybody, you know, if there was some kind of an argument.
I'm sorry,
he
your
would go
time
and
is up.
protect. My time is up. Okay, I'll write you a letter.
Okay.
And thank you.
I
Thank
have
you
a-
very much for
I
allowing
have
me.
a question. Was there a police report at any time filed?
I wouldn't know.
I mean,
I mean,
did you,
not
y'all didn't?
on our behalf. I don't
On
know
y'all
about
behalf,
the
okay.
surrounding neighbors.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Evangelina D. Artiaga.
Hello, my name is Denise Arteaga. I live in 222 West State in Pharr. The reason I'm against it is that I have 4 girls and I don't want my girls to see what I've seen. Men come out drunk and they say a lot of bad words when they're drunk. In front of that lot, that's sometimes where they park. Sometimes, because sometimes they block our driveway also. And they start, like, I don't know how to say it, like, burning tire, or I don't know, and all the rocks hit us. I've seen people pee in between the cars. Once a drunk man went inside our fence, and thankfully it didn't hit our house, but it did go in our lot on our property. I had it written. Yeah, well, they went inside, but mostly I don't want to see my girls, my 4 girls. I have a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 13-year-old, and I don't want them to witness what I've witnessed. They have heard what they say, so that's why I'm against it.
Have there been police reports?
Yes, and
Alright.
there's also a time they were drunk and they were playing races, and there was actually a car that flipped over, and it was right in front of my neighbor Chewy's house. It flipped. It was like 2 houses away from me, and the car flipped, and my mom went actually to go help the man because he couldn't get out of the vehicle that was flipped over.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Evangelina M. Artiaga.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Evangelina M. Arteaga, Morales Arteaga. I resided in that residence since I was 2 years old. It's been more than 53 years. So I would really love for you all to hear our opinions, because I've lived a lot there, so I've seen a lot. Cars have come into my property from the other side where she lives, and they have come into my property. They have killed my pets. I have heard obscenities, profanities that you wouldn't even imagine. I have seen, like what she said, I have tried to help people when they flip over and help them even when they get stabbed in the cantinas. I called police when people fight there, when they burn tire. And now if we're going to the losses, I've had the total losses and nobody, not even Seppi, has even come to say, hey, a drunk hit your car, I'm gonna help you. The police officers only come and say, oh, we're gonna bring something to take the car under your van. Okay, that's one. My brother's car was totally lost and it hit his poste, the pole light in the street, that's one. My van, my gray van, a car went under it, that's two. My brother's Impala was hit by the same guy that hit my other brother's car. The third van, it got hit at 218 and it went all the way down to her lot, 222. So you can imagine, that's a lot of loss. And profanities, I have to go in to Seppi's place, which I don't even have to be there, just to tell the man to please calm down because we have kids and I don't need to be hearing his part, okay? Because if you all live where I live, I really wish you could go live at least a week in my house so you could hear everything, all the things that you hear. We don't need to be in danger. We don't need to feel profanities. My neighbor doesn't have to suffer that there's people selling roses and in his driveway, or my daughter has and her kids need to be seeing people peeing. All of this I'm telling you, I already told to Seppi, I told to Gilly, to Pili, the ladies there, and we don't need this. If you all can help us out and hear our opinion and respect it, I really would appreciate it. I know it's, like he said, it's a commercial, but right now, I'm disabled, he's disabled, my husband's disabled, and we just wanna live a normal life with our kids, because everybody speeds there. Nobody respects, even there's a daycare, and nobody respects either that. So please, if you can help us out, please do so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
No one else, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we close the public hearing. Open up the item for board discussion.
Are they selling alcohol right now in that area or at all?
Are they selling alcohol? Right now, the permit is
The
still
current.
under the old owner.
Okay, so the old owner is selling.
Yes, sir.
So all these answers were with the previous owner. Now this is a new owner is applying
Yes, sir.
all this, okay.
Mr.
And
Elizondo
normally
is a brand new one.
The permit is a year,
Yes, sir, it is a
correct?
year.
and we can set it at any increments that we want to try to oversee this.
Yes, sir, that is at your discretion.
Okay, what about parking lot security? Can we require parking lot security?
That is under your discretion, sir.
Anybody interested in, like a 90-day at a time, 90-day step to parking lot security?
Or 6 month, either
Or
or.
6 months, what's the board's recommendation? Mr. Robles?
I move to deny.
But this is a new owner. That doesn't mean that it's gonna continue the way it did previously. It's not the same person, not the same people.
Okay, and you're recommending that we set a,
Instead of a year, do maybe like a 6 month or a 90 day, see how.
With
That works
parking
out.
lot, parking security, parking lot security also.
that means that they have to park in the lot.
Well, there'll be somebody overseeing whoever's parking, whoever's arriving, whoever's leaving. So they're not racing and speeding around like some of the public has stated.
I have a question. Does code enforcement also check the premises, make sure that they're not littering and doing other, or bottles and all that, goes to the other properties as the folks have expressed, or?
This is not a routine. Yes, they do, but it's,
Yes, sir, that's part of their area. When they check the area, they make sure that premises or do not have any debris or any trash or anything like that, any care premise. Yeah, and in any incidents, obviously they would need to contact PD for reports and whatnot.
And what can be done about the profanity?
Well, the parking lot security should take care of that. If he can hear it outside in the parking lot, then the neighbors can hear it. So it's his responsibility to do something about it. So, I get a recommendation of some sort here?
You have a motion on the floor.
But it
Currently.
hasn't been seconded.
Nobody seconded. Exactly. I was just gonna say, you have a motion on the floor that was not second, so it
Okay.
dies.
So that dies.
We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second on Mr. Robles' motion? None? Okay, not seconded, so it dies. Okay, now we need another, or is there another motion out there?
I like the recommendation to give them maybe a shorter time frame, being that it's a new owner. They haven't had a history, 90-day or 6 months. If there's any, I mean, as a recommendation, right, and if there's any incidences, then
But we need to clarify, 6 months or 90 days, which is it?
I'm not sure on that.
What y'all's input?
It's usually a year.
Well, I would recommend a 6 months also. It gives them a trial, a time to test them out, just to make sure that they are complying with the different recommendations expressed to them by not only you all, but also code enforcement. And then see if there's any complaints. We definitely wanna make sure that we listen to our community members as well, and make sure that we take their different concerns into thought as well. And I recommend that we do 6 months, and also if there's any complaints, then when that's brought up on the next 6 month period, then that information is presented to us, so then we can make another decision based off of any complaints or any other concerns that maybe the community has.
What about the parking lot security? That should be in there somewhere because of the profanity and stuff that has happened previously.
Well, not only that, and also driving under the influence, I
Yes,
think
of course,
is an effect,
yes.
so.
That-
I would add that too as well, and some kind of security that would help, again, alleviate some of the neighbors' concerns as well, would be something that they can negotiate as well and come together in a consensus with you all as well.
Mr. Laraga, would this be for every day or just during the weekends? Is this required for
Every
Monday?
day.
Every day?
That way there's nothing that gets missed.
At hours of operation, commissioners, or is it just a certain time that you're requesting?
I
Because
would
his
say
hours,
hours of operation.
because his hours of operation are from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Every day?
7 a.m.?
Yes, sir, 7 a.m.
On Sundays, what time can they start selling alcohol?
Sundays, at noon until 12 o'clock.
Yeah. That would be
Can I
more-
ask a question to the
Yes, sir.
community as well? The folks here,
Oh.
what time do you all have a problem the most? Or is it at night? Is it in the?
But the thing is, the problem is, my granddaughters catch the bus in Esquina, okay, on North Vista. And they have to go
Ma'am,
to-
would you please, Ms. Arteaga?
Yeah. Okay, Evangelina Arteaga, M. Arteaga, Morales Arteaga. I'm the one that lives on 218. My daughter's the one that lives on 222. But our problem is that at 7 a.m., that's when my granddaughter has to pass through there to go catch the bus on the corner of North Vista, which is Andy's Pet Shop. So more than likely, there are gonna be some people there drunk already. Because our problem isn't the one that you say that it's only in La Noche, no, sir. And security guard is not gonna control the people drinking inside. Because when they get outside, they get in their car, nobody's gonna be with them in the car. It's the drunk. That's the ones that hit me, my cars. And no wonder si tuviera el policía ahí, he wouldn't do anything because he wasn't driving in there. So that's my answer. Even if there's somebody there, mi nieta va a pasar por allí. Okay? That's what nos preocupa a nosotros. What we see and they see. I saw a lot of things, killings and everything there because of drunks. Que se emborrachan y se pelean por las viejas y luego van y te matan. Our problem right now is that The bar's gonna open again, and no matter what you all do, try to protect según los cities, citizens de ahí, no, you won't be able to, because the people who's gonna be controlling the car is the one that's gonna be endangering our house and our kids. I already passed through it, sir. So I really would like you all to reconsider everything, what you're thinking about, because the ones that live there somos nosotros. Ustedes van a su casa a dormir, real good, pero nosotros estamos con el Jesús en la boca. I really wish, pasen por 218, chécale. Mi dad trabajaba para CPL, puso unos postes enfrente, because he knew que se iban a meter, se metieron por un side. That's what happened to my daughter. Se le metió una truck por enfrente, le pegó al porch. Oye, we're in danger, even in our own homes. You all no la tienen tan mal porque you're there, but you don't live near the bars. Yo ya viví mucho tiempo allí. I've seen shootings, deaths, my dogs died, my losses, and none of you are ever gonna help me regain all that money back. So I just want you all to know that even though que sea las 7 de la morning, es de las 7 de la mañana hasta las 12 de la noche, we're gonna be there. Al señor tampoco no le va a salir, tenía un security guard todo el día. Y como te digo, the guy's gonna be in the car. Le hablas al cop y en una hour viene, porque ya me han robado las llantas y me las han stabbed en mi casa. Por lo mismo, porque yo me enojo con los borrachos y les digo que le bajen a sus cosas. No vienen, mi hijo tuvo que ir a corretear al ratero. El policía estaba dormido en churches. There's a lot of things I can say. Pero ¿para qué ponerlos en mal? Nada más think about it, because you have family y todos tienen nietos. Yo tengo 4 niñas. Tengo 57 años. Dios apenas me dio unas niñas. So I want to keep them. Si voy a durar 5 años, como me dijeron, quiero vivirlos feliz. Sin oír profanidades, sin ni ver partes de hombres, ni ver choques, ni que se me metan a las casas, ni al compadre, ni a mi hija, ni a mí. Hemos estado sticking together de hace muchos años. So please, think about it twice. I'm really urging you to think. Because our lives are on the line. You all sleep good. And I have problems with my heart. I don't want to be dying antes de tiempo. I want to be there para las quinceañeras de mis nietas. Because I do think like a Mexican. Even though I was born here and my heritage is Indian American and Spanish, I don't care. I want to be here. Right now, lo más fuerte que es mi vida para estar con ellas. So please think about it. Porque it's really urgent and important for you all to think. We are also taxpayers. Y sí, es negocio. Pero ya nomás quedan 4 casas. Mi hija va a comprar la de 224, so ya vamos a hacer nomás nosotros. Think about it. Porque la cantina ya no va allí. Ya se cerraron. Dijeron que ya no iba a haber. Sigan habiendo. We don't want any more cantinas there. If you all think que va a haber en otra parte, take it somewhere else. Not where we are.
That is something you need to take up with the city commissioners. We don't have that authority at all. But, and I understand your feelings, and we sympathize with you. But by the same token, that's the previous administration that's running it now. Now, this is a brand-new owner. We need to give him the opportunity to correct all these problems and run it where everybody's comfortable and safe.
Yeah, but they have their lots, and they come over here to our homes and park, y a cruzar la calle, porque está solo el lot. Another thing is, sí, es una old cepillo, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero
we
déjame
understand.
decir una cosa, que como quiera van a vender cerveza. Even though it's illegal to drive drunk, it's illegal also to give a los borrachos y a los alcohólicos more drinking alcohol para que vayan y
That's
maten
something
los demás.
you need to take up specifically with PD, because they have the authority. We do not have that authority. They are the ones
They
that are
never
there to
go through
enforce the
our
law.
Pedazos, they never
Ma'am,
go through that.
we're here for public safety, so we will do what we can, okay?
Bueno, pues nosotros también tenemos que defendernos, sir, porque
Yes,
no vamos a
ma'am.
dejar que un borracho venga y nos mate. Yo de perdido tengo, como le dije, tengo 4 postes de esos de la city, Paul, pero él no, ni mi hija. Y a mi hija ya se le metieron una vez. So I really wish que pudieran hacer algo ustedes.
Thank you. Okay. What is the recommendation here, folks? Remember, this is the previous owners. New owner needs to have an opportunity
Mr. Chairman,
to,
he wants to say something.
come on up.
I also want, the reason I had put from 7 to 12, again,
Sir,
Carlos René Elizondo, yeah, The reason I just put 7 to 12 is just in case I'm cleaning there, or when the beer vendors go drop the beer, somebody wants to buy a beer, I'm okay. But I won't be opening at 7. I'll be opening 2:30, 3 o'clock, and closing, I'm looking at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Maybe Sunday night football, Monday stay till halftime, then that's it. I'm not planning to stay all the way to 12 and wait for the people that they mentioned, people that drank or whatnot. I'll be closing early.
So then you're changing the hours on your application?
No, I want to leave it like that just in case there's a party and they stay over a little bit, not till 12, But I'm not, if it's somebody's birthday party, they stay up to 11, 11:30, I gotta go. But I think I got till 12 to clean up and get out of there. But I don't believe.
You heard the citizens' concerns, correct?
Correct. That's how come I wanted to tell you all that. For me, I don't believe 90% of the times I'll be closing it by 10, 10:30. Maybe once in a while I might stay there, a birthday party, because this is not going to be a bar to where there's girls working there or anything. I'm not going to have it. Just going to be I want to make it like a family-oriented place where a couple can go there and is respected, and if they take their kids and drink a Coke there with them, give them a Coke, it's nobody saying bad language or anything like that. That's what I'm trying to keep it like that, or do like that. I've been there for over 30 years, visiting on and off. Stopped there with Mr. Rosales, and I haven't seen or heard anybody at one time or another say that there was a fight there or anything like that has happened. This is a surprise to me. I'll talk to him later on today, but it's not that I know of. For example, this lady that's there, I think she closes most of the time by 9:30. She goes home, and I don't plan to stay there that late either. I got another job, and gotta close and go to the other job in the morning. So I don't. At 7 o'clock, as I say, maybe I'll go in at 8, 9 o'clock, or to clean up or just straighten things out. Somebody goes in there, wants a beer, I can sell it without being in.
But you're not gonna change your hours of operation on the application then?
No, just for my protection anyway, just in case. But I don't think I'll never really be stay till 12 o'clock. I don't believe so. I can change if you guys, if it's better for them at 11, I'll close at 11.
No, it's your business, that's your call for your application, that's not ours, but,
Mhm.
but, we need to consider all areas,
Correct. That's how come I want to, know that I don't think they will ever see that place once in a while, maybe, but I don't believe 12. 12 is too late. As a matter of fact, as they say, there's people out there drinking and whatnot, and I don't want that kind of crowd in my place.
Okay.
2, 3, relax, talk about their job, and go home. That's what I plan to do. That's the way I plan to drive that business.
That all? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Still, we need a recommendation here, folks. Can't stay here all night.
I'd like to make a recommendation, Mr. Chairman, just to do a 6-month trial basis and see how it works. Any complaints, please bring that to the table when the 6-month trial is over as well.
Does that include parking lot security?
No. No, I don't think it, no, it doesn't,
What?
Mr. Chairman. My recommendation is not to include the security. Again, if it's gonna be a family-oriented place, again, it'll all be on a trial basis and see if there's any complaints. If that happens, then we'll bring it back to the table and we can,
But that's
discuss at the
that
time.
6 months duration is gonna be like that.
Yes, sir.
Is anybody gonna second that one?
Again, it's a recommendation.
Okay. Do we have a second? None? Okay, so it dies then. Need another motion.
I'll say 90, same terms. But no security, just 90 days trial. Any type of issues come up, then we address it and either deny it then or
Okay, stated to
a 90-day
the application, to the CUP.
trial. How can you express that, or how can you say it? 90-day, and
You're making a motion.
A motion for a 90-day trial period.
Okay.
Is that fair? Okay.
I'll second.
Oh, second, okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
90 days.
Item number 3. Roxanne Rivas, representing Amelio Rivas Jr. and Gloria M. Rivas, owners, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from Agriculture and/or Open Space District AO to Single Family Residential District R1 in order to develop and construct a single-family residential home on said property. The subject site is located on the north side of West Anaya Road with a physical address of 1618 West Anaya Road. The property consists of one tract of land legally described as being 0.35 acre tract of land out of a 3 acre tract of land out of the south 24.19 acres of Lot 5, Block 12, A.J. McCall subdivision, Porcion 68, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts West Anaya Road, an 80-foot major collector that runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour or less as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned Agriculture and/or Open Space District AO. On June 16th, 2019, the property to the north of the 3.8 acre tract of land was zoned Limited Industrial LI, and a portion of the property to the west of the 3 acre tract of land was zoned single-family residential district R1 upon annexation into the city limits on May the 6th, 2003. The remaining portion of the property to the west, the portion of the property to the east, and the property to the south are all zoned Agriculture and/or Open Space District AO. There have been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The property is generally designated for commercial use in the land use plan. The single-family district is intended to be composed of single-family dwellings together with public, denominational, and private schools, churches, and public parks essential to create basic neighborhood units. Areas that are zoned for this use shall have water, wastewater, drainage, and access to paved streets based on single-family usage. It is intended for the area that the property buffered from non-residential uses and protected from pollution and/or environmental hazards from high volume of non-single family traffic. 8 letters were mailed out to surrounding property owners, and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received no response to the letters or to the legal notice. Development Services is recommending approval of the request to rezone to single-family residential district R1 as the property meets area requirements, has adequate ingress and egress. If approved, the owner must comply with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of July the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation in the audience.
Okay, would the applicant like to make any comments? None? Okay. This item requires a public hearing. Anybody who lives in the affected area signed up to speak?
No one in the affected area, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. We'll close the public hearing, open the item up for board discussion. No discussion? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to go ahead and approve the changes.
Okay, second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, your planner 2 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, we have 2 items before you. Item number 1, Sport Engineering Consultant, Inc., representing Amelio Rivas Jr. and Gloria M. Rivas, owner, are requesting preliminary plat approval at the proposed Roxanne subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 0.35 acre tract of land out of the 3 acre tract of land out of the south 24.19 acres of Lot 5, Block 12, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1600 block of West Anaya Road. The property is currently zoned Agriculture Open Space District AO. The adjacent zones are Agriculture Open Space District AO to the north, east, south, and west. The property is designated for commercial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, single-family residential lots. Variances, none requested. Development services recommends preliminary plat approval of the proposed Roxanne subdivision subject to the following conditions set before you. We do have representation in the audience.
Okay. The applicant like to make any comments?
There's no public comments.
None? Okay. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll open it up for board discussion. No discussion? Okay, we close the board discussion, open up the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, go ahead and approve.
I second the motion.
Second, Mr. Robles. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
All right. Next item, Sport Engineering Consultant, Inc., representing W.D. Moschel, owner, is requesting preliminary plat approval of the proposed Fox subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 3.32 acre tract of land out of the north 10 acres of Lot 7, Block 8, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1500 block of South Jackson Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The adjacent zones are General Business District C to District C and Medium Density Multifamily District R3 to the north, Agricultural Open Space District AO to the east and south, and city limits to the west. The property is designated for commercial and single-family use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, indoor school for soccer. Variances, there is a letter attached to the item. Development Service recommends preliminary plat approval of the proposed Fox subdivision with the actual variance, subject to the following conditions set before you. This item will go before the City Commission on July the 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And we do have representation on the audience.
Okay. Will the applicant like to make any comments?
Steve Spoor, 202 South 4th, McAllen, Texas. Just a quick clarification of the variance request. We're asking for a variance to the front setback as noted in your packet for the existing building that is there now. That's the reason for the variance, is because the building has been existing for 40 years or more. If that building is torn down or damaged beyond repair, then any new construction would follow the ordinance setback, the front ordinance setback being one-third the right-of-way, which would be a 40-foot front setback. And that's the reason for the encroachment, is because the building is existing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this item does not require a public hearing, so we'll open it up for board discussion. Questions? None? Okay, close the board discussion, open up the floor for any motions.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second, Mr. President.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Yes.
That it?
Announcement of other business?
No new business, Chairman.
None? Okay, the next one is adjournment. We have a motion for
Chairman, I
adjournment.
move to adjourn.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
Oh, thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Bye-bye.